National League. Rob Whitten is the man in the middle this evening, as Gary Hill looks for a return to winning ways. Manu led Woking to 7th last season, got them so close to those playoffs. In the end, just 3 points away. And it will be his team in their change strip of all yellow to get us underway. Just their 7th league visit to Dover. They've only won once on this ground. And they will hope for a change of fortunes in Kent this evening. You have to go back to March and Grimsby Town for the last team to win here. It's a positive start from Woking, and an early take for their goalkeeper Mitchell Walker, who was 24 yesterday, in goal for Dover. And they've become quite a force at home, Adam Virgo.
Well, they really have, Steve, and it's really been the benchmark for Chris's side to really mount challenges of trying to get into the playoffs last season especially, and they've continued that this season. It's a wonderful playing surface, and these sides certainly like to try and play.
That's Andrade to bring it clear. Good challenge from Payne. Quickly taken by Miller, looking for Stephen Payne. The first corner of the game prevented by young Terrell Thomas, on loan from Charlton, the heart of the Woking defence. That's why Thomas with the long throw for Dover. Miller looking to apply a touch. Oh, there looked to have been a holding in there, and Rob Whitten says penalty. Toby Ajala, the man foul for Dover inside 2 minutes. The referee had a good look at it, assessed the situation and pointed to the spot.
Well, they never really defended the long throw. And it's Brannon Barrett. You just see him pulling him there, and he's trying to go away from him, and it's a certain penalty. I thought that at the time. Ajala, just see there his arm there. You can't pull his left arm like that. Even though he wasn't going for the ball, it certainly stopped him getting there. It's a good decision from the referee.
So it's another opportunity for Nicky Devedix, who scored twice in the penalty spot in the week against Eastleigh. And he's denied this time by Jake Cole, the Woking goalkeeper. And the top scorer of Dover cannot give them the advantage.
Well, it's a poor penalty by his standards. It's a comfortable save. No real conviction when he strikes it. And it's very, very comfortable for Jake Cole in the Woking goal.
Well, there's space here for Payne. He's onside! And Dover do lead eventually. And Stephen Payne gets his 4th goal in 5 games against Woking. He's done it again against them. And despite that penalty miss, the home team still have the early lead.
Well, it's an awful goal to concede. And it's a perfect through ball for Payne, and he's through. And just takes his time. Maybe looking at Jake Cole here. He goes down too early for me. Doesn't stand his ground long enough. And he's really hit it down the centre of the goal. If you see here, it's gone through his legs. I always thought that was a mistake straight away. They made a wonderful penalty save. They've just gone and shot themselves in the foot.
Well, 29 seconds after Cole had saved Devedix's penalty, Payne found the back of the net in a moment that the Woking goalkeeper won't be particularly proud of.
No, it's not. It's a goalkeeper's mistake. Poor defending as well from Thomas and Sarr, especially. Getting caught too square as the centre-halves partnership. He still needed to finish it.
Well, That's his 4th goal of the season. And as I say, Woking, sadly for them, know all about him. 4 in 5 against Gary Hill's team.
He certainly found his form against Woking. He's continued that tonight. It's a good reaction from Dover as well. You missed the penalty, hasn't affected them. They've quickly got the goal afterwards.
Forward by Brar and Barrett for Woking. Across comes Jamie Grimes, the Dover captain, former Kidderminster player. Well, he's had a rollercoaster of emotions already. Chris Kinnear in the first 5 minutes. Penalty saved. 29 seconds later, 1-0 up.
Well, I don't think he can go any grey up. That's a good start for his side.
We just leave grey hair out of it. Catch you up in the end. Miller beaten to that one. There's Thomas. And this is Jake Caprice, recalled at right back for Woking tonight. He's got plenty of space to run into here for the visitors. Andrade, the Portuguese winger, with a bit of a wild cross.
Well, it's certainly an area that Woking can really fulfil when they get the ball out wide early. And he makes a great save, goes the right way, and he's a hero. 30 seconds later, 29 seconds later, he does this.
Well, Jake Cole will now have only kept 1 clean sheet in his last 9 games. He actually made his debut against Woking on the opening day last season. Woking won against Dover, rather. Woking won 6-1. He had to go off injured after 65 minutes. And he's had an eventful first 5 minutes in Kent this evening. Magri's free kick. It was a free header as well for Raggett. Well, Woking would have had a long inquest into the marking there if anything had come of that.
It was Brian Sarp, the number 5, certainly onside. Raggett, and they're everywhere at the moment, Woking defensively.
Thomas with the header for Dover. This is Sarr for Woking. Raggett required in his more recognisable role in that back 3 for Dover.
Well, it worked very well for them. A tremendous result away at Eastleigh. They've just got to be careful on the ball out wide. They've got good pace, Woking, down the flanks.
No chances taken by Sean Raggett. Also generated through the Dover youth system. He's played every minute this season. The 22-year-old. Draron Barrett with the throw. Murta for Woking. Trying to wriggle into space. Bellamy went back with him. Understandably, look a little shell-shocked, Woking.
I noticed in the warm-up a little bit, you just see sometimes players how they warm up, how they are with each other, and they just looked a little bit flat, Woking. Maybe disappointed the way that they started, the goal that they conceded, and they just switched off from an earlier set play as well.
Led the club to their highest finish since 1998 last season. Just 3 points off the playoffs in the end. If they were to win tonight, they would go into the top 4 before tomorrow's fixtures. Dover would also be in the playoff spots with 3 points before tomorrow's teams kicked off as well. Big incentive this evening. This is Brian Barrett, on loan from Ebbsfleet. Up against Magri, who was equal to it. Look at the space again for Payne down the middle. Here is the Dover goal scorer again. We knew Thomas was in support. Terrific ball in. Ajala it was who was sliding in.
Well, if Sarr and Thomas don't sort themselves out soon, This could be a very, very long night for Woking. Again, it's Payne, given plenty of time. Look at this little back heel here. And now you look at Ajala at the top of your screen. Just agonisingly close. It's a great ball in. He just can't quite get on the end of it. Gets in front of Brandon Barrett. It's been a brilliant start from Dover.
Here's Grimes. Forward from the 24-year-old. Won by Thomas. This is Miller. Richard Orlu for Dover. Thomas unable to bring that under control. Well, they should be full of confidence. 1 defeat in 11. 5 they put past Eastleigh on Tuesday away from home. The first time in the 5th tier they've ever scored 5 goals away from home. And they had one very early on this evening.
He certainly started well. Thomas down that left-hand side. Andrade, let's just let him go too many times. Great going forward, but you just worry defensively what he can bring to this Woking team.
Ajala stopped by Bra and Barrett. Forward from Grimes. Helped on by Ajala. Brian Sarr will get to that first. He left Dagenham in the summer after ending last season on loan at Woking. He was sent off here in April when Woking were beaten by 2-1. 28-year-old. Magri's throw. Miller. Brown Barrett, who played in League 2 last season 50 times. No competitions in the end for Cheltenham. Miller. Couldn't get away from Sarr. Sam Magri, who started every game for Dover with the throw, gets it back from Miller. Ajala. High foot against Andrade. And Aswad Thomas, free kick to Dover.
He's really started well. Thomas against Andrade, certainly getting the better of him. As a player, when you know that your winger's getting good confidence, certainly helps you. Great ball in earlier on. Switched off for the last set play.
Well, Nicky Devedix, the set play expert for Dover, has lined this up. He's replacing it as well. He's had a long, hard look at it.
It's a difficult range for this. I expect the shot here.
3-man wall for Woking. Whoa, he really caught it as well, Devedix. Always rising, but what a sweet strike.
He's got a wonderful left foot, and it's good to see that he's missed his penalty, but he's still confident enough to take this free kick on. Gets out on target. You just look at the bend of this ball, just going away over the bar. Just didn't quite get his head over it enough.
Still only 27 years of age, something of a nomadic footballer. He's played in Scotland, Iceland and the Faroe Islands before finding his home here at Dover. Very important figure for them in their early season form. We've seen them beaten just twice so far this season by Barrow and Cheltenham. And again, Magri close to the action this time, committing the foul on Goddard.
He's trying to get something there, Goddard. Being quick, trying running in behind the back three.
Thomas and Sarr, the two central defenders, are forward for this free kick. which Goddard delivers. Punch clear by Walker in the Dover goal.
That was a great punch there from Mitch Walker. Brave, and when he got onto it, good distance away.
Murtagh dispossessed. The last touch was that of Orluk. Brian Barrett's throw. Towering header to clear for Woking from Grimes. Ajala's now been penalised.
It's just a needless foul there. Just gives that opportunity now. Get Thomas and Sarr up there. Put a delivery into the box. Good height though, Dover.
In again from Goddard. Massive bodies. Again, Dover trying to break with pace. Caprice. Comfortable for Jamie Grimes. Jake Caprice, who played for Lincoln in this division last season. He began his career at Crystal Palace without making a first-team appearance. The 22-year-old will take the Woking throw again. Murtagh. Caprice through the legs of Payne. He couldn't get past Thomas.
Well, he's certainly been the bright spark of this first 16 minutes. Jake Caprice down that right-hand side, got good pace. Sees the opportunity to go forward every single time without thinking.
Murtagh trying to get the cross in, came off Bellamy last, and Woking have their first corner of the game.
Well, the delivery has to be good when he goes into this Dover box. The height that they possess. Very, very good at defending set plays. So the movement has to be good. You have to be strong when you're going to head it as well.
Bruno Andrade, released by Queen's Park Rangers in the summer, with the Woking corner. It's a deeper one, and it was too deep for Brian Sarr. Kept in by Ricketts. Back in from the captain. Andrade, caught by Miller. Woking free kick.
Well, Chris Kinnear won't be happy with the amount of free kicks that his side are giving away. In certain areas where it's so difficult to defend sometimes. Again, it's just a needless free kick given away there by Miller. You can just see that little pocket of space. Sometimes the cutback's on there, but I don't think they're looking for that.
What can they conjure up from this? Goddard with the delivery. Payne in the end with the clearance. That was the use of a hand by Caprice, and Ricky Miller was suggesting to the referee that he might have been away there. And that is why Rob Whitten is reaching for the first yellow card of the evening.
And it is cleared. Certainly stopping Miller go through.
So Jake Caprice, the first name in referee's notebook this evening. Walker with the free kick for Dover. Won by Thomas. Cleared by Goddard. Back from Grimes. That's gone Dover's way. Dover have the second best home defence in the division. Only Gary Mills' Wrexham have conceded less goals at home so far in this campaign. But Woking in the need of breaching that defence to get something from this game this evening. Again, that long throw from Aswad Thomas, run by his namesake Terrell Thomas, at the heart of the Woking defence. Aswad Thomas has made sure Dover have got the corner, or so he thought. Goal kick has been given.
I think Rob Britton got that one wrong. Thomas one-on-one with Murtagh. Clearly see there the left foot. Murtagh, the number 8, clears it out for a corner.
Here's Goddard. Woking's top scorer, Brian Barrett, outside of him. Murtagh onto his left. No danger there for Mitchell Walker in the Dover goal.
It was the first time that John Goddard's really gone on the ball. This header from Bellamy put him in. Sits up Murtagh, but a weak shot there on Mitch Walker's goal.
Payne with Andrade. Headed back by Thomas. He's only 19 years of age on loan from Charlton. Terrell Thomas. In his 7th career appearance. Andrade. There's a problem for Liam Bellamy for Dover. And whilst he waits for some treatment, let me point you in the direction of football tonight, which follows us this evening. BT Sport 1 from 10 p.m. And then tomorrow from midday, what a game from the Barclays Premier League from White Hart Lane. Tottenham against Manchester City. BT Sport 1 and available in Ultra HD. Jake and the team from midday. Bellamy, a former Charlton Academy player, is down after this.
There's really nothing in the challenge on Murtagh. Just sometimes you do jar your knee when you land awkwardly.
Played every minute so far for Chris Kinnear for Dover this season. A 61-year-old in his second spell, 33 months into it, having been in charge for 10 years here, from 1985 to 1995. He also played for them. In his first spell, he took them from the Southern League all the way into the conference. It is nice to come to clubs where there is a real focal point and someone with genuine feeling for the football club.
He certainly is, and he's done wonders with Dover. Really, really has. We saw them here last season, didn't we, against Barnet? And it's the first time I'd probably seen a team promoted from Conference North or South that have struggled with the step up. And the gap between them and Barnet was astronomical. They played Crystal Palace in the FA Cup, and then really from then they just went on this unbelievable run. And he is a good manager. When you've got good players as well as he's got, certainly taking them on to another level, and they're going to be strong contenders to try and get into those playoffs as well.
11 points off the top 5 they were in 8th last season. Remember, this is only their second season back in the 5th tier of English football. Holman, who was on loan for 6 games at Dover last season, trying to wriggle his way into space for a cross. He's still going. Stopped in the end confidently by the returning Liam Bellamy, and then gathered by Walker. Sarr. Ajala all the way back. He was at Torquay United last season, Toby Ajala. Chris Kinnear was busy in the summer, rejuvenating the squad that had done so well to get that top 8 finish. Certainly worked in the opening weeks of the campaign. Here's Murtagh. Andrade. And he's won it back, the Portuguese player. Caprice trying to take on Payne. Woking throw. Murtagh. That didn't come off for the Woking midfielder. He's now trying to get back to dispossess Payne. Trying to feed Miller. Well, Dover in front. Let's grab a word with their manager, Chris Kinnear, with Clem.
Well, in 29 seconds, you had everything that encapsulates the lows, then the highs of being a football manager, didn't you, there, early doors?
Yeah, as I say, he scored 2 on Tuesday, so you can't. We said he needed to hit it harder, but easy to say on the sideline, isn't it? But it's just one of those things.
It's nice to have that spread, though, isn't it? Knowing that your goals are spread across Miller, across Deverdix, across Stephen Payne.
That's right, and that's what, as I say, it's we're a balanced side, really.
Oh, he's
right. No.
Oh, you're okay?
Yeah, okay.
Good. Splendid. I'll leave it there then.
Balanced side, that is the message from Chris Kinnear, and his side are in front at the moment, courtesy of that goal from Stephen Payne. Another goal, as far as he's concerned, against Woking.
It's just really interesting to see how Dover use their shape defensively. They literally are going man for man on the front three of Woking. Sometimes Sam Magri might actually just come inside on Goddard, and you see your centre-halves out there wide at the moment.
That's in towards Holman. Hammered away by the captain, Grimes. Foul by Ajala. So Woking free kick.
You just wonder how many free kicks they will give away before one actually ends up costing them. 5 or 6 now.
Goddard again with the delivery. Cleared by Aswad Thomas. Really tested Dover with one of those set plays as yet, Woking.
Well, the problem they've had every single one they've just put into the box. They haven't taken anything short, quick to try and get Dover out of their spots. They set it up and everything's just a little bit too slow. And as a defender, you like that because you can see the picture, you can see your man. Sometimes just take a quick free kick, get 2 on 1, and try and get those crosses in.
Decent little spell for his team at the moment.
They couldn't have been any worse in the first 5 minutes, really. They were still on the bus when they started this game, but they slowly come back into it. Holman, Goddard as well, got on the ball, started running with it. Jake Caprice as well, getting down that right-hand side.
Let's see how he's feeling, shall we? Gary Hill with Clem.
Well, we've been eavesdropping on you, and you're shouting, give or take, after the first 10 minutes. We're on top, we're on top. You're actually quite happy with the way things are shaping
Well,
up.
as I say, we're in their half now a lot of the time. After the first 10 minutes, we started very slowly, and of course, can't see from where we are being fair, but like I say, we've had the reprieve on the penalty with Jake Cole making a great save, and all of a sudden, we've got punished straight after of an opportunity after being really at 0-0. I don't know, the boys either gained a great advantage very quick, or we've got caught very slow in respect of not picking our runner up. So I can't tell from here in the sense there, but we've shook our heads and cleared them there, and we're in there half. Not enough quality at the moment, but hopefully we can get that break in a minute and see where we go from there.
Thank you, Gary.
This is Keohane, the Irishman, recalled by Gary Hill tonight. Caprice. Keohane into Holman. Left-footed shot blocked by Raggett. Better possession from Woking. No way past Magri for Andrade.
So you're certainly right there, Steve. Much better in the Dover half now. Woking have been, but still Mitch Walker hasn't really had to make a save so far. You've got to give credit to Dover as well. They're defending very solid as a unit at the moment. Always hard to break down sometimes.
That's a team that have scored 21 goals already this season. There's Payne early, looking for Ricky Miller. He hasn't given this up, Miller. Terrell Thomas, the teenager, in the end, did well to clear for Woking.
He did well in the end there. And they put him under a lot of pressure.
That's an excellent ball from Goddard. Murtagh, all alone at the moment, on the stretch, and deflected for a Woking corner.
There's an important interception there from Raggett there. And it's Murtagh making that run through Orlu. Just too many touches there, allowed the defender to get in there. Maybe should have hit it on that second touch that he got.
Everybody back to defend this from Dover's point of view. Andrade's delivery, and it came back out to Goddard, who sliced the volley. Miller in with the challenge. Now can Dover break? Payne. Ricky Miller. He was waiting for Deverdix to stay onside, and he has. Can he pick the pass here for Dover to terrific Blake? It's a very important interception from Brian Barrett, the left back.
Certainly was. You can't give Deverdix that much time to get the cross in.
And here's Brian Barrett over halfway at the other end. Jala having to track back with him. Long-range effort from Holman was ambitious, to put it mildly.
Well, he's certainly tried to get his side back into the game. Just looking sharp, coming short for the ball as well. I'm sure that shot's a sign of frustration.
Dan Holman scored 2 goals for Dover in 6 games on loan last season. And a similar arrangement from Colchester at the moment for Woking. It's his 4th National League club, actually. He's already had spells at Wrexham and Aldershot. It's that prolific season where we watched him for Braintree under Alan Devonshire, the year they almost got in the playoffs, 13-14 season, where he got 13 league goals.
Yeah, it was fantastic that season for Alan Devonshire's side and Braintree. Just not quite happened for him at Colchester. Striker needs confidence, needs goals.
In from Sam Magri for Dover, off the head of Thomas. Away by Caprice. Back from Magri again. Heavy touch from Deverdix. Bellamy. Good control. Decent try as well from Liam Bellamy.
Well, those two in your picture there are winning every single second ball that's cleared out by Woking. They've been really strong. They realise the danger. Now look at him here, Bellamy. Good strength. Always going wide of Jake Cole's goal.
He had to score this season, only got 1 goal last season, the 23-year-old. He He's straight into the action again, winning that header. Overhit by Ricketts. A reminder, each and every Sunday you can see all the National League goals in the highlight show from 10 this week. For this week only, it's on BT Sport 2 from 10 p.m. And next Friday with more live action for you, Lincoln go to Guiseley. The National League new boys were in Yorkshire from 7:15 next Friday on BT Sport 1. Guiseley, who were involved at home in an incredible draw with Woking, 4-4 earlier in this campaign. Woking still trailing by a goal to nil here in Kent. It's flicked on by Goddard. Away by Bellamy. A foul by Brian Barrett. Magri's free kick for Dover. Thomas had to readjust. And Orlu's header, and away by Brian Barrett. This is Ajala. Almost found Miller, still might. Didn't give it up. Murta for Woking.
Dover is certainly pressuring off the ball so well. Every time Woking take a touch, you've got a white shirt in their face. That's why Woking can't really keep the ball well enough at the moment. Working so hard off the ball at the minute, Dover.
This is the first fixture of the National League weekend, of course. Reminder of what's happening tomorrow across the bottom of your screen. Some interesting matchups, top and bottom. Cheltenham meeting Tranmere, the two relegated clubs from League Two, and Forest Green at home to Gateshead, who've made a terrific start as well. And Wrexham at home to managerless Eastleigh. Remember, 4 of those clubs currently without a manager, incredibly. 12 games into the season.
You wonder sometimes how long a manager should really have to really cement his side and try and get things going, but it's just amazing to see how quickly things have changed. You worry for Torquay. Paul Cox was looking for a route back into management, but you do worry for their future this season, especially Torquay. And the Eastleigh job is a wonderful job to take for anybody out there. Still got to go strong this season.
Gary Hill's in deep conversation with Lloyd Wood, the 4th official, just being ushered back into his technical area. He's never been one of the more milder managers in non-league football. Foul on Holman. Woking of taking it quickly, looking for the pace of Caprice. Again, Payne knew his job. Poor clearance though, back to Caprice. Lifted in towards Holman, cleared by Bellamy. It's a Woking throw. Forward by Orlu. Early from Ajala. This is Goddard. Woking's man at the moment, really. Tough one for Holman. Cleared by Raggett. Ricketts, the Woking skipper. Back after 6 games out with an ankle injury, but he's given that straight back to Dover. Here's Deverdix. Oh, there was a shirt pull there by Terrell Thomas, the on loan Charlton defender, and he knows what's coming.
Be no surprise to see a yellow card here. Deverdix again, just trying to flick it around him. You can certainly see his shirt being pulled. It's been a tough night so far for the young centre-half.
Second yellow card of the evening. Both have now been Woking players. Thomas, the 19-year-old, is just signed a new 2-year deal with Charlton. Out in the National League, getting vital experience. Takes his place in the Woking back line, ready to defend this Dover free kick. No surprise to see Nicky Deverdix behind it. In from Deverdix. Comfortably cleared by Ricketts.
Wasn't one of his best free kicks there. Deverdix maybe looking on the diagonal for Olu maybe to head it back across.
Kieran Murtagh it is who has the problem. With his 100th start for Woking on Tuesday. From the Mansfield and Macclesfield as well. He was involved in that great FA Cup run. Under Steve King, it's a blow to the face. Gary Hill's team, who've picked up just 5 points from the last 18, and they have 3 of their next 4 games at home. Southport, Torquay and Wrexham, the visitors.
Well, the away form this season for Gary's side has been poor. There's only 1 win away all season. Started poorly and that's really cost them so far. Have got back into the game, but really not got Holman, Goddard and Andrade into the game. Nowhere near enough to go against the Dover back 3. You need more quality in the final third, and I think he'll be saying that to his players at half-time. Got to keep the ball a little bit better. Giving away in cheap areas, and Dover really hurt them on the counter-attack.
Magri eventually with the throw for Dover towards Ajala. They lost 2-1 here last season, Woking. After late drama, an 89th minute winner from the penalty spot from the man whose goal currently separates the 2 teams tonight, Stephen Payne. Thomas with the challenge. Poor clearance from Grimes though, but he's got it back for Dover. Just a little hesitant there. Once again, Woking.
Well, you're certainly going to learn very, very quickly. Terrell Thomas has had a tough night up against Stephen Payne.
Final minute of normal time at the end of the first half. 12 points from 18 so far at home this season for Dover. Brar and Barrett's header clear. Grimes got away with that again. Miller. Davidix. This is Aswad Thomas. Ball might reach Payne. It came at him quickly. And again, Dover just first to that second ball in midfield.
They're just losing the battle, aren't they, Woking? I'm sure Gary Hill will address that second half. You need to get tighter to your men. Dover really on the front foot.
We're into the 3 minutes of time added on at the end of the first half that started so dramatically with the early penalty saved by that man Jake Cole, who 29 seconds later was beaten by the effort, tame one really, from Stephen Payne. Bellamy into Miller. Oh, Jala's onto this. Oh, he rode the challenge, but the second one was a foul by Ricketts.
He certainly got good pace of Jala. Made the most of the mistake. And Brendan Barrett. Now the skipper's going to pick up a yellow card for his mistake. The challenge needed to be made. Great place from Ajala. He's away there. Captain had to make the challenge, mistimes it.
So the captain, the longest serving player in his 7th season now, Mark Ricketts. The 3rd yellow card for Woking in this first half. And once more, it might give Jake Cole in the Woking goal a problem, because Nicky Davidix has another opportunity from a set play.
Certainly lining it up. Grimes on the end of the wall with 15. Will he move out of the way and just create that better space to get the shot through on goal?
It isn't Davidix, it's a decent try from Miller. Cole equal to it.
It's a deception of Nicky Davidix putting it down, lining it up, thinking he's going to strike it. Ricky Miller. It's a great free kick, up and over the wall. Always a comfortable save for Jake Cole.
There'll just be time for Dover to take the corner. All bar Holman back to defend this for Woking. Disappointing delivery, cleared comfortably by Goddard. Ajala. Cleared by Brar and Barrett. Well, Dover, who haven't been beaten at home since March, have the advantage at half-time. Jake Cole saved the penalty inside the first 3 minutes from Davidix, but then 29 seconds later he was beaten through his legs by the effort of Stephen Payne, and that is why Dover have their noses in front at the break. Some talking to do for Gary Hill and for Woking. When we come back, we'll get the thoughts of John Still and Charlie McDonald. At the break, it is Dover 1, Woking 0.